Good evening, friends. What's going on? My Patreon friends and YouTube friends. How we all doing? What are we watching here? This is Billy Joel, The Longest Time at Target Center, Minneapolis, May 16th, 7 years ago, eh? 7.5 years ago. This is cool, man. This is a special request from my friend Betty, and I appreciate this, of course. Probably people my Instagram, so I was listening to the record version of this the other day. Billy Joel is one of my favorites, man. Like voice, storytelling, just like song production, like it's just unreal. Like Billy Joel, Elton John. There's a few of them, right? So, but I appreciate this request. This is definitely not one that I've seen. I've watched some songs from Target Center, but I haven't seen The Longest Time. I don't know if I've watched a live Longest Time. I've seen the music video, and I was gonna do a cover of it actually once. But anyway. So Betty, my friend, I appreciate the request. I appreciate the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe while I'm pulling this up and get myself fixed here. You can check me out on Patreon as well if you want to send me your links and let me know what you want me to check out. And let's see what we got here. Let's see what we're doing.
What key is this in?
That one.
That one? La 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 la. All right, everybody hit your harmony notes.
It's just like 8 voices real quick. Yeah, everyone just sing your parts here real quick.
That's not fair. That was a 7.
Everything else was taken.
Sorry, everything else is taken.
Who starts this off?
I do.
Really?
That was such a good intro. Like we haven't rehearsed this in a while. Someone requested it. Like what's going on here?
Who starts this off?
I do.
Really? For the longest time. Whoa. For the longest. If you said goodbye to me tonight, there would still be music left to write.
You know what Billy Joel and Elton John and a lot of these professional male vocalists are really good at? When he goes down to the low register, he remembers to make his low register resonate. Like I'm trying to do it in my voice now, and it probably sounds richer than it did before, right? And I always forget that, and I have this thin sounding low, and until I remember, and then all of a sudden I've got all this signal, and I go back and forth with the compressor or the sound guy and stuff. It's just like I always pick up on that. I'm still trying to do it. I always pick up on that when I see male vocalists that are better than me. Beautiful.
I thought my innocence was gone. Now I know that happiness goes on. That's where you found me, when you put your arms around me. I haven't been there for the longest time.
Beautiful.
For the longest time. For the longest, I'm that voice you're hearing in the hall. I'm the greatest miracle of all. Is how I need you and how you needed me too. That hasn't happened for the longest time.
You can hear it, Billy Joel, man. He's showing his age a little bit, and I love it. But like his falsetto is getting pretty raspy, man. I think he sounds great. It's just something that happens with age, right? I was wondering how they were like keeping it so tight, and it's like in the chords and stuff, you can kind of play with it. Like you don't have to be first in, you don't have to be first out. That's like an old choir thing, right? And they're doing a really good job of it, considering how many bodies are on stage and that they're just snapping to keep time. But I did see a couple people in ears, so they probably have some sort of a metronome or like maybe a hi hat we just can't hear right now, keeping time. But it's like they're killing this, man. They're doing a really good job holding this all together.
Maybe this won't last very long, but you feel so right, and I could be wrong. Maybe I've been hoping too hard, but I've gone this far, and it's more than I hoped for. Ooh.
See, all I'm seeing is these different singers when it's their part to do like the bomb, 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 whatever. They're pointing, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was in rehearsal. They had someone directing them, and it was like to get it down. It was like when I point at you, you point at me, and then they're just like in the habit of it. I've done that. I've done that lots, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was like variation of that or something, or looking in the mirror so that like, okay, I have to remember that when you go, then I go next, but I can't really like read your mind, so you have to point, do something physical. Like there's all kinds of different like behaviors that could go along with that, right? I love it. I love it.
Who knows how much further we'll go on? Woo. Maybe I'll be sorry when you're gone.
Nice. It's a pro, man.
Chances, I forgot how nice romances. I haven't been there for the longest time. I had second thoughts at the start. I said
So much fun.
myself, hold on to your heart. Now I know the woman that you are. You're wonderful so far, and it's more than I hoped for. I don't care what
Beautiful.
consequence it brings. I have been a fool for lesser things.
Nice.
I want you so bad. I think you ought to know that I intend to hold you for the longest time.
Oh man, he just sounds his voice is just so rich when he's singing like in his chest voice and stuff. It's just like what a treat, what a treat.
For the longest time.
Nice.
For the longest time. For the longest time.
Come on. I saw that one coming a mile away. See, that's what I say when, like in choir, when you're not the first one in, not the last one out, and only one person enunciates the syllables, because then you don't get like, right? Listen to this. It's kind of fun. Like Billy Joel's playing with it a bit, right? See how there's like 3 or 4, right? Like it's all the singers, but like in choirs you try to avoid that, right? But like in this, it's fun. Great, man.
Thank you.
For apparently figuring out the key signature right before they started it. Billy Joel's playing. He's playing with his baritone.
Anyway, that didn't work out.
Apparently not, eh?
But I got a song out of it anyway.
It was a good song, man. It was a good song. There's a couple nerdy things we could talk about. From the production standpoint, everyone's singing in SM58s, which they're staples, man. They have a sound. This is a Beta 87. It's like in the same kind of family. There's SM and there's Beta, but they just sound good. They're reliable. Like you can beat the crap out of them. You can sing into them. You can put them on instruments. You can do anything you want. They always have like a good sound, like a solid sound that you can always expect. So he's probably been using the same one for 20, 30 years. You know, they haven't changed anything in them. This is like just a right angle. So like I should probably have one of those on mine. See how this is kind of like goofy. Like if I was like the superstar of the show, you wouldn't want that, right? You'd want the 90 degree. And then I'm assuming that this is a travel stand because like this is a quick release. So you just press like a little button and twist it off instead of me having to like twist this whole stand off. And it just keeps like the longevity because once you've done this for like 20, 30 years, it's going to wear out, right? So like if you just have a little clippy mechanism, it'll last you the life of the microphone, which is like forever if you take care of it, right? But it was good to see. Like it made it. I think it made it very full, and I think if you're gonna have a bunch of natural voices, not rely on a bunch of production to do a lot of the like chorusy stuff or the choiry stuff, you want the voices to do it. Then you need to find things that are gonna give you sibilance but still body. And I think an SM58 is good choice for that because it's got a lot of low mid warmth to it. Kind of gets a little muddy, but you can alleviate that real easy. If you all want to get real into it, it's like 250, 315 in that kind of like frequency range. You can just like duck that out a little bit and it clears it up a whole bunch. But the whole thing sounded great. Obviously, it's Billy Joel. Like the dude's a super pro, right? Like it's good to see. Like they picked a good voice or a good key for his voice because they have been shifting things down for a long time, or for a little while at least, with Billy Joel, man. But like it's so good to see that he's willing to perform, well into like late into his career, right? So I love it. Betty, I appreciate the request. Patreon friends, holy crap, YouTube friends. See y'all again soon.